Police identified a gentleman named Nathan Danzuka, 28. So appears to have set the record by a DUI motorist who clocked in at a .77, more than 9 times the legal limit. They explained how it was a hit-and-run incident about 120 miles southeast of Portland. Upon locating the suspect's vehicle, a Ford Explorer, a cop sought to pull over the driver. He sped away. Then they finally got him, highly intoxicated. Actually, I didn't realize that they do 3 numbers. Do you realize that they do after the point? It's 3. They can go to the third because it's .778. Anyway, damn. He faces a few charges. Facing multiple charges. Was driving by the suspended license. I'm sure that's the least of his fucking worries. It goes back to say previously the highest blood alcohol level reported on these pages. I don't know what these pages are. The Smoking Gun, .72 reported by an Oregon woman in 2007, and then .708 recorded by a South Dakota woman in 2009. Christ, the ladies fucking getting it in. Well, good for them. I mean, okay. When I worked at University of Maryland, I played softball with a few people who were part of the, I guess, like, I don't even know if it was a substance abuse ward or counseling or something like that. And I had heard some astronomical numbers. I'm talking like .66, .70. And I thought, like, I got absolutely obliterated and did one of those home test ones and blew a .24 once. And I mean, I was fucking shithoused. And I said, .66? Are you fucking kidding me? And here's the thing. This guy said, Wes, you got to understand, these people have been drunk for 2 or 3 decades straight. Literally, they go to bed, they wake up, they crack beers. When they're done cracking beers, they find booze, and then they steal stuff and they buy more booze, etc., etc. And it's wash, rinse, repeat till they go to bed. I get it. I guess if your tolerance is that high, but holy hell, .77 and you sped away from fucking police?
That's the impressive part, because I could get my blood alcohol level up to like .8 if I wanted to, but it would just mean that I'm lying on a floor with a funnel in my mouth and one of you morons dumping fucking Jack Daniels into it. So I could get myself to that point. But I think the impressive part is, even if he wasn't driving well, he was technically driving. He was operating a complicated piece of machinery while his body was damn near 10% alcohol. That's fascinating and awesome.
Yeah, fuck, man. I don't know. That's just... How big... Was he a big dude? Does it say what's like... Was he... Does it give some metrics?
No, the photo... I'll tell you what. The photo that they have here is this guy right here. Just kind of...
He's Latino stuff. It's number 1, guys. So tolerance,
educate us. All right,
tolerance is a little up there, and ability to reason while intoxicated, very low. Not great. It's that speaks a lot. But he seems like a slender dude. So that's a lot of booze. But like I said, professional alcoholics, they get it in, and I think that's kind of that's like a built-up tolerance. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, but at 28, either he has been putting in some work in his 20s, which would be my guess, or he started at the ripe age in his teen years and not, having 2 or 3 Coors Lights and be like, "Ooh, boy, I feel a little buzz," going to bed. Or the old classic, like, you remember how you had to lean into it, as Mer likes to say, or ease into it, where you take a sip, you go, that sucks, and then do another one, that sucks, and then you get down to like the last, I don't know, 2 to 3 ounces, and you dread it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like once you get to that point, I don't think you're cracking beers in the morning. Is all I'm saying. I think that I think you might have a beer later on in the day when you're trying to like casually keep the buzz. But I think if you're at that level of alcoholic, you got to like wake up and bang back a couple fucking hard ones just to get right, figure yourself out, break into some cars, then buy a fucking 40, mosey around, do some thinking. You know what I mean?
What are you thinking about besides your next drink?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's really what you were thinking about. Is just where am I going to get more booze? Where's a good car to break? Where's a good second car to break into? things of that nature. Yeah.
I can almost respect like a beer drunk, but like if you, because I do agree with what you're saying. Like you gotta start cracking the hard booze if you're trying to get up to that kind of level and sustain it. And what kind of, I don't know, man. What kind of self-respecting human is making like I'm assuming he's not mixing it with anything. So if I don't know, maybe if you're just grabbing a glass bottle on the way out the door, imagine how expensive that habit is, though. I mean, I know that you can get some good plastic bottled fucking vodkas and such, and they're pretty cheap. But I don't know, man. That just seems like you would like. What are you doing? Okay, how do you function? How do you have a job to afford the booze that you're drinking all day long? But I don't want to like put my foot on these guys' throat too hard. It's because of individuals like this that liquor stores are in fact essential, and that we got a full year's worth of boozing in us during the pandemic, because we didn't want these people to go into the shaky craze alcohol withdrawal, so we had to allow them to go get their rumple off or whatever the fuck's in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's the kicker, is like they don't. It's not high shelf shit that we're talking about here. Like, look, like me and a fraternity brother of ours that I will leave unnamed, like our pregame, and actually I think there were some people whose houses we were no longer welcome at, because we used to come pregame with a single fucking bottle of Kentucky Gentleman and a 2-liter of Coca-Cola, and just start banging back shot. You know how much that costs? Like fucking $15. If you're in the right spot, it can cost you like 12. So it can be done.
Right. There are
very
certain
economically
panhandles of the country that the Kentucky Gentleman might waver by $2 or $3. I think the thing I like to cue in on is that you don't wake up one day, even as a social drinker or a weekend warrior or someone who likes to have 3 or 4 beers a night like I do, and then turn it on Friday, Saturday, and the occasional Sunday during football season.
Yeah.
But you don't, even at that level, you don't go, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting fucked up today. I'm getting really fucked up, and achieve 0.77. It doesn't happen. You pass out, you puke, or you have alcohol poisoning when you get to like the low 3s.
Yeah. No, like you can't. I mean, me personally, like if I'm hungover and you want me to drink the next day, I'll do it. I'm not a bitch, but I'm gonna need you to hand me like a bloody or a mimosa. I'm not going straight to the hard stuff. I'm definitely not drinking a fucking beer. That's later. That's later in the day. I gotta ease in. Got to dip my toe into the pool, make sure the water's right, and then you just start fucking cannonballing.
Wait a minute. Is this okay? Hold on, because I distinctly remember meeting you at Slancha, like 7 in the fucking morning to watch a Newcastle game and start drinking beers.
Sporting events and fucking holidays don't count.
Oh, okay.
That's totally off the fucking table. What I do to drown the sorrows of my shitty soccer team at 6 a.m. is none of anyone's business besides my own, Wesley.
All
so
right.
Thank you.
All right. Didn't
Well,
mean to get all personal.